What is that? What is that? Is the fur finally back? Is the saga finally over? Can I die a happy man? Hey everyone, Andre here, and we're talking about the 1.1 update that just came out to Donkey Kong Country Returns HD on Switch 1 and Switch 2, because not only did it add Dixie and a few other things, but it also fixed some issues with the game, including, yes, DK's fur. Because as you might recall, back when the game was first releasing, we had an ongoing series of videos covering all the updated and missing effects from this game compared to the Wii version. And one of the weirdest ones is how between different trailers, DK's fur either went missing or came back, or went missing again. And as it turns out, in the final version of the game, both ended up being true somehow. It was like Schrodinger's cat, but only in fur form. It was totally bizarre. Because in the final version of the game, up until now, when you play this level as DK only, this is what would happen. DK would have no fur on his arm. But the weird thing is, if you play the level with DK and Diddy, DK would have fur, but when you're playing as DK only, there was no fur. But in the final version, but in the new 1.1 update, when you play as just Donkey Kong, well, he's got fur again. Thank goodness we can finally put that saga to bed, and again, I can die a happy man. But that's not the only thing that's fixed here, because there are two other big, long-standing issues that they finally addressed. First up, let's go to the missing sun. Remember this? Where in one of the early levels in the game, you can see on Switch in the original version of this game, the sun went completely missing. It just wasn't there for whatever reason, whereas it should be on the Wii. Well, check out the new version here on Nintendo Switch 2, or Switch 1 as well. There we go! The sun is officially back! Oh, there we go. The sun is back! As it should be, which is great to see, because, you know, we all need some sun in our lives, especially these days. So that's perfect. Good to see. But then there's one other issue, a kind of big one as well, perhaps the biggest one if you play co-op at least, because in the original version of the game, it carried over a mistake from the 3DS version, but not the original Wii version, whereas in the 3DS version, here's what would happen if you were playing with a friend and you both try to jump on the same enemy. Watch this. Yeah, the second character would fall right through them, which is a big problem in some of these stages, like this one, where you both need to bounce off those enemies in order to survive. Well, I did some testing, and look what I came up here. Watch this. Watch it. What? Yeah, let's go in slow motion. Check this out. They both bounce off the same enemy. So they seem to have fixed the co-op issue as well, where you can now bounce off the same enemies as you could in the original Wii version, making the hardest levels in this game actually beatable by both players, which is awesome. So this is a really promising sign. Granted, it took them a year to get to these freaking issues, including this weird fur issues that should have never been an issue in the first place. But you know what? I take my hat off to Nintendo, because they fixed these long-standing issues for free and added more content to the game. Again, being Dixie Kong plus that turbo attack mode. And I'll bet you there's even other fixes elsewhere in the game. I'm not gonna go check them all. But if you want to yourself, you can compare. You can use my previous comparison for comparison and see if they fixed up anything else. But based on what we're seeing so far, I'm so happy to see that they finally addressed these issues. I wonder if they saw my videos before. But it took a year, but hey, we're finally there. The first saga is done. We can put it to bed. I was just about to wrap up the video when I saw this tweet from Noah, who confirmed that they did in fact fix other things in the game, including something I pointed out before, being a mistake or being incorrect. Well, they finally fixed, apparently, the little sonar blast from the bat here. Look, we'll go full screen on this. So thanks to Noah for grabbing the video of this. I did not confirm that side by side myself, but I'll take Noah's word at it. In addition, Noah also points out that it fixed the smoke from the cannon in the Rocket Beach level, and also the bubbles from the octopus, among probably other things too. So what a promising update from Nintendo. Shout out to them for fixing all this. Granted, it took them a year, but hey, they got there. I would prefer it a little bit quicker, but you know, they did it regardless and added new content at the same time. Speaking of which, make sure you watch our Dixie video if you haven't already, because we got some fun gameplay of it there. Otherwise, with that, we'll catch you later. Shout out to Noah again for giving us a heads up on some of the other fixes, and we'll catch you later. Bye, everyone.